Hello, beautiful people. Psychic Debbie here. Hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and happy 4th of July. I'm doing readings for the month of July, vibrational predictions, things that are going to be coming up, and I'm also going to do like your the water sign, the fire signs. I'm going to give you a little paragraph of what's coming up for your zodiac sign too at the end, okay? And if we have time, then we'll do some cards and all that lovely stuff, okay? So hello, beautiful people. Hi, Christine. Didn't get to say hi to Christine or Kate or Carla or all these other beautiful people. But happy 4th of July. Some people were saying, why are you just going to do a show on the 4th of July? And I'm like, there's a lot of us people that stay at home, don't have the family, don't have all the, luxury of having the outing that a lot of family people do. So happy 4th of July if you're joining me. And if you're listening to after the 4th of July, still happy 4th of July. I just got done. Thank you for all the people that were caring about my son's wedding. Next week, I'll try to get a picture. I did not take pictures at the wedding because I was mother of the groom and I didn't think I should have to. So I don't have any pictures of the bride and groom. Other people do, but they're kind of far away. So I'll try to get a picture of the bride and groom so you can see them. But it was a fantastic wedding. We had a lot of fun. So thank you for your well wishes. It was a lot of joy there. A lot of joy laughing and dancing and singing. And it was just, it was a really, really good wedding. So the weather turned out perfect. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better. So thank you for that. Kim says, this is the highlight of my day. Well, thank you for that. Also, if you notice, I'm wearing like red lipstick, white hair, and Zodiac for the red, white, and blue. So I kind of fit in there, don't I? So let me tell you about things that are coming up. My little spiel that I usually have in the beginning. I'll tell you the predictions that have come true. And then I'll do all this reading for you. Like I said, I have about 5 or 6 pages of stuff. So let's see what spirit is coming through and what they're saying to me for you beautiful, beautiful people. And everybody's saying happy 4th. So happy 4th. Yes, let's say prayers to the animals, plug their ears. I know this around here, the fireworks have been starting already like a week or two ago, and they will last for another week or two. For some reason, we have neighbors here. They were shooting them off last night. They were shooting them off when we had the earthquake and everything around here. So it's like a lot of fireworks around here too. So, yep. So great. Okay, so. The wedding. This is a necklace that my son gave me. It's angel wings, and people that are listening to me on Spotify can't see it, but there's angel wings. You open it up, and it's a picture of me and him when he was a little boy. So, and our mother and son song was Rainbow Connection with Kermit the Frog, because he loved Kermit the Frog so much. He would act out his thing and everything. So that really hit me hard. People are like, Kermit the Frog, Rainbow Connection. Rainbow Connection. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Loved it. So, okay. So, Brazil trip. If you're interested in the Brazil trip, again, it's from November 2nd to November 11th. That's where we're going to be staying. It's a very spiritual with water. We're doing the ayahuasca. We're doing the medicine stuff if you're really interested in it. We're doing a lot of spiritual things, helping you open up the third eye, connecting to spiritual worth, releasing blockages. We're not going to be doing a lot of traveling like we did with the last one. We're going to stay where we're at. We will walk into town, go to the ocean, do ocean rituals every morning. So if you're really connected to water, spirituality, the Brazil thing, and you're wanting to do ayahuasca, the person that did it for our last Brazil trip, she's been doing it for 20 years. Very kind, very not saying you have to take so much. And if you want to do it, you don't even have to do it because I might not even be doing it this time. I'm just going to be connecting to the people. So if you're interested, I have the information on my website, psychicdebbie.com. If you want to get a reading, psychicdebbie.com. Also below, I will have Brazil trip information if you're really interested. We already have 5 or 6 people, so we have like 4 places, I think, left. So, and we have the early bird special, so it could take off $1,000 off of the retreat. So, check it out. Okay, that's that. The wedding, the necklace, the animals. Let's pray for the animals so that they don't get affected with the 4th of July. So I think that's all my spiel. But please share. Please share and comment. Even if you want to donate, like I said, there's a donation button over there or on my website. People that donated last time before the wedding, thank you so much. There was a lot of donations and I appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. So if you want to donate, I appreciate that. And share. If you can't donate, and I get it, because sometimes it's hard times, just writing a comment, listening to commercial, liking it, sharing it is perfect. It helps me a lot. Yes. Okay. I'm also going to start doing my TikToks. I have been kind of like, because of the wedding and everything. So Psychic Debbie Griggs 1 with the number 1 on it, or Ghost Hunting Grandmas. We're going to start doing more TikToks. I'm thinking I might even start talking about the missing people. I don't know. I'm trying to figure things out. Spirit will tell me what to do. So maybe even on Thursdays, I do videos on Thursdays evenings on here on YouTube, and maybe it's different topics, and I'd love you guys to join with that. And also on TikTok, okay? All right, spiel's over. All right, Rose Hill saying happy 4th, Glenda, Patty, wrong. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Teresa. My granddaughter's middle name is Teresa. That's not a very common name anymore. In the 70s it was, but now it's not that common. Okay, so predictions that have come true. Well, the tornadoes, like I said in the 2023, even the year predictions, and I say this all the time, tornadoes, wind. So that's the thing that's going on here too. Okay, so I still see storms on the East Coast and the West Coast, and some parts of it being dry in the Midwest. Again, that dryness, I kept on seeing that, okay, which is happening. France, the protesting, oh my goodness, let's send prayers to people in France. Remember I said they were going to have major protesting. I didn't see it just being small, and look at France, and it's all on fire. So let's send prayers to people in France, the people that are getting harmed for no reason, okay? I'm not saying that the child that got shot is not no reason, but I'm just saying the other people. Okay, my year prediction in 2023, I was talking about penguins, and I said that there's going to be a new breed or a new thing or that's something that is getting extinct or something like that. Well, they just found there's yellow penguins, believe it or not, in Georgia, in the state of Georgia. And someone, I guess, got a picture of it again. They thought it was extinct and that there's this yellow penguins in Georgia, and they're trying to figure out if that's a albino penguin or if this is a new breed or whatever. So that's in Georgia. Kind of funny how that came up. So earthquake. We had an earthquake here in Malibu by us, by Oxnard and Malibu out in the Pacific. Like I've been always saying, I just keep on seeing these earthquakes and everything in the Pacific. And I joke around, it's because they put that new Barbie house up. We saw it when we took my daughter down, the family down to El Matador Beach, if you're here in California. Gorgeous beach. It's got all these rock formations. Everybody's getting their wedding pictures taken there. Graduation pictures, all kinds of commercials. We even saw some actress doing some spot there. So on the way there, we saw the Barbie house, and it's all pink. It's all pink, and it's really bright, and it's on the side hill there in Malibu. And I joke around, and I'm like, that's what caused the earthquake. So just joking around. Thank you, Kathy. 214 people in the house. Yes. Celtics here says there was an earthquake in Melbourne, Australia last week. Yeah, my predictions for Australia, you'll hear coming up. It's bizarre for Australia. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, they found an herb in Amazon, and I was talking about that in the 2023 predictions too, that they are saying that it helps the cancer eat itself. There's a certain herb. And who knows when it's going to be out on the thing, do you know what I mean, out into the world, because you know how that is. Because they don't really want the cancer, they don't want to be cancer cured because they'd lose a lot of money. But maybe if they can turn it around, but there's this herb that's in the Amazons that they found, and they're testing it, and it's gotten further testing that they see that you take it, and it's like almost like the cancer eats the cancer. Wouldn't that be cool? I would love that. I would love that. Okay. The next one was in Corian, California. That lake that I was talking about before, it's flooding again. So major flooding. I just heard today in Mammoth, they're skiing here in California. Remember I was talking about snow, how much snow we had, and something about snow. They're skiing in Mammoth Hill here in California on the 4th of July. People, there's so much snow still left from the storms and everything that I talked about before, that they're skiing today. So tells you the weather has just been really crazy. There is a flight. Remember, because I was saying that there was going to be delays. There was a lot of airplane delays, remember? More than normal. Because people are like, well, Debbie, it's the 4th of July. They said this was the most compact 4th of July it has been for ever. Okay, more people traveled this 4th of July, and look at all the delays from United and all that stuff. There was also a plane incident where the nose gear didn't go down, so they had to do an emergency landing. And I was talking about airplanes and delays, so that came true. And then I'm always talking about the landslides, and so 4 people, and there's a bunch of people missing in China because of the flash flood of the water that I keep on talking about. There was a lot major landslides, and people are missing there in China. And I think that's it. I'm sure there's more, but so Paula from Arizona. I used to live in Arizona. Love Arizona. It's a beautiful place. Okay, so let's start doing what I'm predicting. Okay, so what Spirit has said to me is, by the way, I got my citizenship in 4 years ago. I can't believe it's been 4 years already. And I got my U.S. citizenship 4 years ago from New Zealand. So dual citizenship now. Okay, anyways, so happy 4th of July to everybody. Okay, so what happened to you 19, 20 years ago? What happened to you 19, 20 years ago? It's a repeating thing that's coming up. And it's going to be from July until 2025. So you're going to have things happening. I feel like it's more mid-July going forward, and definitely for the next year. So what happened from to you like 19 years ago, like 2003, 2004, okay? I had lots of major changes. I moved from Washington to Montana. My stepdad died, his birthday is today, July 4th. Hey, happy birthday, Dennis. And hi, Caesar from Minnesota. And it was just, and my husband's sister passed away, and it was just constant. It was like boom, 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 and we just got married in 2002. So if you had a lot of changes, then a lot of changes is coming through to you. If you had issues with wealth or whatever, I'm not saying that you're going to have issues with it. You might be great getting the money again. If you got a lot of money, you could get a lot of money again. Or if you know what I mean, if there was some kind of health issues, work on your health issues because it could get worse. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of giving you a forewarning of what could come up from 20 years, what happened 19 years ago. Look at the positive of it, though. Look at the positive. This is not the time to be complaining and arguing, and this is not the time, I'm telling you, because it's going to get 10 times worse. People are not going to be listening to you. We're going from a balanced place to a place that could be a lot of chaos. So, like, the words that the Spirit wanted me to say to you was changes, 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 choices, 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 emotions, 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 independence, independence, independence. So what that means is that there's going to be changes in your life. No matter what, there's going to be changes. If it's not in your life, it could be with someone that you're very connected to. So like I'm a grandma and maybe one of my grandkids or something, or one of my kids or whatever. You're going to see changes. And I don't want you to jump in the change with them, okay? But there's going to be changes, all right? Okay, so there's the changes, choices. You make good choices. If you're doing a choice because someone else is telling you to choose to do that, it's not going to work. If you're doing a choice because you're trying to piss someone off, it's not going to work. If you know what I mean, be really careful and try to be. And I'm not really into this, positive, negative kind of thing. I want you to be in what resonates with you, but this is not the time to be in a negative place. This is not the time to overreact to people. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Danielle, that was the year my passed, July 4th. Okay. So, was that your mom that passed? Okay. Sorry for that. Okay. And that was the year my stepdad passed, was in 2002 or 2003. He passed in 2003, July 4th. Anyways, okay, conversation. If you need conversation or you feel like the people are not going to hear your conversation or understand it, then don't have the conversation. Be careful with your conversations. That's what I'm saying. This will be either make you feel that you need to change or boom, there will be a major change. So it's that kind of thing. There's going to be changes. So you either accept the change or don't accept the change, but it's going to happen. Okay. And that, I mean, it could be changes, a spiritual change. It could be a physical change. It could be like you're losing weight. It could be a change that you're changing homes, or you get a new car, or you get a new job, or new friendship. I mean, it can be positive changes too. I'm not talking about just negative changes. Okay. It's just that there's going to be a change. If you feel it, do it. Will make things work out better in the end. If you feel like I need to do this change and everybody else is like, nope, or people, like how when I'm a fluffy gal, so when you lose a lot of weight and some people are like, here, have some donuts because they don't want you to be in that, you know what I mean? It's like some people might not like your changes, but that's not for them. That's for you. Okay. An example. I feel like if you need to, if you're wanting something, then that change could come to you. So that change of health or change of prosperity or change of love or change of joy or whatever. So here's an example. Say you're wanting extra money, then you need money, right? Then something saying clean out the closet. Then you go in the closet and you find some money that you had stowed away. Or you find a bunch of things that you're not wearing and you're like, okay, I'm going to put this on the internet and sell it and I'm going to get money from it. And then that money coming from it, put into your business, and then your business, you know what I mean? It's this rolling effect, what's going to be happening. People are going to say it's coincidences. Is there coincidences? That's up to you. Synchronicities, major synchronicities, major what people call coincidences. The spiritual vibration is going to be pushing you and pulling you into a different direction. This is not the time to put your head in the sand, okay? Okay, so with that being said, there will be more protesting, just like in France with the 17-year-old that was shot by the police. There's going to be more. I feel like there's going to be some environmental protesting in the Netherlands. I feel like there's going to be protesting not only in the states of oil, land rights, South America, also land rights and shipping. I feel like there's going to be protesting in U.S. especially if we're going to help out Taiwan. Again, I keep on bringing up this China thing. And I don't know what is going to happen, but I just keep on seeing this China thing. With shipping, with Taiwan is the one that makes a lot of our electrical. I used to work in, Debbie, think. I just went, the words just went way out of my head. PC boards, do you know what I mean? And I used to even work in those kind of companies in Minnesota all the time. And so Taiwan makes a lot of our little batteries, our things that goes on our phones and on our cars, a lot of electronical things. And so if China goes after Taiwan and we can't do the shipping, it's going to be a problem. So that's why I keep on seeing this thing with the shipping with China going after Taiwan and us, the states and other people trying to help out Taiwan, because they know that if that happens, it's going to affect the world. I hope that makes sense. Prajakta, I forget how to say it, got married and new home 20 years ago. Let's see what comes. Yes. And if your marriage is good, then it will be great. If your marriage is not good, then it won't be so great. It'll be that time. Sherry, my son's father is born and raised in Taiwan. So see what they're saying, Sherry. Yeah, let's send prayers to the people in Taiwan. Let's send the prayers to people in Taiwan. Okay. I'm also seeing control. I feel like I was dreaming this. The Spirit brought me this information. I don't know why, but they brought me this information of the pirates. You know, the pirates like in Somalia or Indonesia or Persian Gulf, or those kind of places, the pirates, I feel like we might even hear a story of the pirates going after people. So if you're shipping there, or you're going there, be very careful of people trying to take control of. And I feel like that they are going to try to take control over either some kind of ship or some kind of cruise thing or something. I don't know what it is, but they're trying to show me here. Okay, like I said, they showed it to me in a dream. All right. Okay. I will talk about mid-July probably next week for the new moon, but July 17th to the 21st, I would watch your stocks, your cryptos. Again, I'm not your financial person. I am not telling you what to do, entertainment only. But be very careful of what you're buying, connecting, buying a car, buying a house, signing a contract, whatever around July 17th to the 21st, okay? So, because there's going to be a major shift around the mid-July, okay? Major shift in July. That's where it could be a lot of people are being protesting, or there's a fire, or there's the earthquakes, or there's the thing. I just keep on seeing this big shift in mid-July. I hope I'm wrong, but, just things going up. Teresa, squirrel. Yes, I do a lot of squirrel. I do a lot of squirrel. Thank you, Teresa. People are like, I don't remember 20 years ago. They're too young to be young again. Okay, remember I did these predictions. I wrote up these predictions June 28th, 29th, I think. It was around that time. It was even before my son's wedding. And no, yeah, I don't know. But I wrote this before because some of these predictions already came true. Because I'm seeing earthquake in Indonesia, which they already had. I'm seeing be careful of water and earthquakes in Indonesia, France. They're going to have the fire, but I'm also seeing that there could be the conflict of some kind of water or whatever there. South Africa, the Philippines, Japan, New Zealand, Alaska, California, Oregon, and Australia. California, we just had an earthquake, 2 days ago or whatever, the Malibu one. But I definitely see it could be more northern, and I'm also seeing the northern states again, around Oregon, Washington, that kind of area, Alaska, having an issue with earthquake and water. Okay. Still more tornadoes, unfortunately. I still keep on seeing wind. I just keep on seeing some storms going through the states again. It's just like it's not stopping. I'm also seeing the East Coast, tropical storm, hurricane coming through to the East Coast. They're showing me the Baja, East Coast states, the Bermuda Triangle, you know what I mean? Going through above like Cuba and going up, and it could go into the Gulf and then going into the states that way. So, okay. So is that where I wrote that or not? That's down below. Okay. So also the tropical storms, major dust storms. I get it that I see, this is the thing with Australia, and I think I wrote that down there. This is all confusing to me. Squirrel. Just 1 second. I wrote it down. Let me put my glasses on. Maybe that will help. That I can read my own writing. Okay. I'm seeing drought in Africa and Australia, but I'm also seeing massive water there. So Australia, I just feel like there's some major thing. Australia, New Zealand, around that area, I just keep on seeing, I'm making my ears itch. I just keep on seeing the earthquake. I just keep on seeing this massive rain, but then I'm also seeing other parts being in the, dust and fire and all that stuff. So sorry, Australia. I think there's going to be new changes for your land there. For New Zealand, I feel like it's outside of the, I feel like it's more out in the Pacific, and I hope if it does, I hope it's out in the Pacific and not in the New Zealand area. But that kind of area is going to be conflicted with the earth shifting. I just keep on seeing the Pacific is wanting to create more land and is in major shifts. And they say that ring of fire, I feel like that ring of fire is going to be affected for the next at least 5-6 years. So there's going to be major shifting there. Okay. And I just feel like the dust storms and the drought and the rain is just more than normal, more than normal for Africa and Australia and that kind of area. Someone was asking about Sweden. Someone said, "Are you originally from New Zealand?" Yes, I was born in Dunedin, New Zealand. Believe it or not, yes. Someone's from Alaska. I don't know what part of Alaska that is, but if you're kind of close to the coast of Alaska, Linda, there could be earthquakes around there. Okay, there could be earthquakes around there. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, the Caribbeans, the Bajas, hurricane storms. I see tropical storm hurricane cyclones hitting unusual places and areas. I'm seeing like a storm coming in. So say this is an island. This crystal's an island. And the storm usually comes from the east. I could see it coming from the east, but then I see it kind of going backwards. So it's really weird. It's like where, like if the island doesn't get usually the hurricanes or the storms on the west side of the island, then I'm seeing, the west side of the island is going to get hit. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just see this really weird tropical storm kind of like going and then coming back. It's like coming backwards. Do you know what I mean? And that's also the storm that I was seeing coming through like the Caribbeans, the Bahamas, above Cuba, going into by the states, going into the Gulf of Mexico, and then going back again to the east. So that could be part of that. But I just feel like it's in the tropical islands there. The Bermuda Triangle, if you believe in it or you don't, is going to be even stronger, massively stronger. So if you're going into the Bermuda Triangle, send prayers and wishes that everything's going to be okay. I don't know how to say your name. Elin? Will there be earthquakes or eruption in Iceland? I definitely feel like there is some kind of eruption or whatever in Iceland. I do. I do see the slide. You know what I mean? I feel like they're making me do a reading right now. It's like, I feel like it's the place where it's very green and it's very mountainous and it's known for its waterfalls. I feel like there could be something that falls down from there. Okay. I'm also seeing a ship again. Here I keep on doing the ship thing, and I see either a ship getting stuck in the storm, or because of the storm, something happens to the ship, that it falls apart or something. There's going to be issues with ships around, I feel like, in the East Coast. Okay, again, wind. Things will get lost, losing people, places, and things, but good things will come out of it, okay? So there's going to be wind, a lot of wind. In Europe, it's going to be in the States, it's going to be in Australia, it's going to be Africa, a lot of wind. So hold on to your hats and hold on to your umbrellas, okay? I feel like that but good things are going to come out of if you're losing the people, places, and things. Good things are going to come out of it. Look at the positive. Please, at this time, at least the next 3 months, do not try to say, put a coin in every time you think of something negative, or catch each other and say, it's like, remember Debbie said, I want you to get a habit of looking into the positive. I'm not saying that you have to be 100% perfect, but that kind of thing. All right. Okay. So I feel like there's going to be new leaders. Okay. I feel like President Carter is passing away, and people are going to go, duh, Debbie, he's in the hospice, but he's been in hospice for quite a while. I just feel like it could be because of this shift that I'm seeing in mid-July, August area. I'm seeing this major shift, and that could affect him. And hopefully not, sending prayers to him. I do see that there could be new leaders in the world. I'm not saying just from the States, okay? And I'm not saying that it's just new leaders of, like, I feel like there's going to be new people you're going to hear about for the states that are going to run for presidency. I'm not saying that they're winning, but I feel like there's going to be people coming out of the woodwork like, what? Oh, that's a new one. Oh, we've heard of you, but we never really thought of you to be president or whatever. Okay, so I see a lot of new leaderships, not just in the States, in other parts of the country. This also could affect a new leader, a new boss, someone else. It's like, oh, now I need to take control because my mother is sick or whatever. There's new leadership in everything, not just the leaders of the world, okay? Truth of romance shows the issues. Truth past old issues that will need to be healed. Great news, great time to get pregnant or go on a date. If you're single, this is the time to do it, baby. This is the time to do it. And do not play it little. Do not play it little because it's going to bite you. The person is going to go, oh, I wish that you were a little more outgoing or you were more spontaneous or da-da-da-da. Okay? Be in harmony as much as you can because we're going out of harmony. We're getting out to Libra going into Aries, okay? So Libra is harmony, trying to balance everything. So that's the south node. The north node is Aries. So we're going into Aries, independence, being confident in ourselves, going forward, okay? And some people are going to think, oh, you're being selfish. It doesn't matter. It's the balancing thing. We did it for a while. Now we're going to go, we're just going to break through. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs. This is not the time to hide. Like I was saying before, our strongest confidence will be represented. Show it, and represent situations where it will help you become independent, confident, and honored. So things are going to be happening. So it's kind of like, I'll use me as an example. My father made me be very independent because it's like, okay, I got to get out of this house. And I always had to do everything on my own. Made me very independent, which I'm very grateful for because I would have never made it through a lot of things that I had to go through in life. There's a lot of things that I had to go through. And so I like that independence. Sometimes that independence is thrown to you and you're like, oh, I don't like this. Like I was saying before, maybe someone's ill and then you got to take care of them and you got to take care of that, da-da-da. Or you're saying, no, I'm creating the boundaries and I need to be my independent self. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Watching from Los Angeles. Yay, Gemini here. Well, my son is Gemini. Thank you. Okay. There was a blackout in June of 2004 in New York City. And power. I've talked about power. I've talked about blackouts and powers before, and I still see it in the Canada, New York side. So be careful with that. Because I kept on saying, like I said, the electronics, because Spirit kept on showing me the Taiwan thing where it's like, no, we got to be protective of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Not to have China go over that because of the shipping and all that stuff. But I'm also seeing that there could be these blackouts. Again, that would happen. So be careful with that. So make sure you got copies of your pictures and your documents and save. That's all. Better be protected than not being protected and it happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But if it does, then you're going to be like, thank God Debbie told me to save. Spirit said that, okay? Okay. So they're saying, will the fires be over soon? I'm sorry, I still don't see them quite yet. Meaning the fire's over yet. Okay, Justice Warrior. Okay. Again, what was going on 20 years ago? What did you learn from 20 years ago or 19 years ago? What did you not allow at this time? What did you not think you deserved? What are boundaries, karma, past lives? So a lot of past lives things will come through. Like I know I was in the Victorian time. I know I was in the Victorian time until the 1940s. I know me and my son were in the war and we died in the war. I know it. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can tell you about it. So what lessons from that will help now? Okay. So either past lives or past relationships, and you're like, okay, I'm in this relationship, and why is it not working out? Kind of look at all the things, is it the same because I didn't do boundaries or I didn't have my confidence? These things are going to come up, especially what happened to you 20 years ago. If you don't remember 20 years ago, then what happened to you 10 years ago? Okay? What happened in 2014 or 13? It wasn't as strong then as it was in 2004, okay? Or 2003, 2004 and 5. So it wasn't as strong as that, but it could be a little bit, do you know what I mean? So like 2014 is when I started doing my business and starting to get noticed and things like that. So that kind of a new beginning again. So I had major new beginning in 2003 and 2004, new beginnings again in 2013, 2014, because I started this business. So kind of look it over and see where it resonates and bring the positive into it and learn the lessons from it. The universe is wanting to teach you lessons so you don't have to do it again. Okay? Okay. But if you have issues with blockages and things like that, again, I can help you with that. Spirit is really good at like, okay, what happened at this age? And this is the blockage, or you're carrying this person's story. So psychicdebbie.com if you're wanting to get a reading. Okay. And I think I'm out till August, like mid-August. So it's better to get it now than later. Okay. Nancy, I lost my dad in 2003. Yeah, I lost my stepdad in 2003 too. Was it 2003? I think it was 2003. A lot of people had a lot of loss. So that doesn't mean that you're having a loss again. That means that you could have a gain again. Do you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. So Marthy said, I had breast cancer. What lesson did you learn from the breast cancer? You survived it. Fantastic. Your independence from it, your courage from it. Many blessings on that. So, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but what was the lessons that you learned from it? Maybe you created the boundaries, maybe and that's going to help you, and that's going to make your life easier now. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So here, earth signs. If you are a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, great miracles can come from relationships. Single, please date. Married, date. Or it could be the one. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're single and you're like, Debbie, I've been single for so long and blah, blah, blah. This, I'm not saying that for everybody that's single, but this is a really great time because, again, changes and perspective and perception is going to be different. You're going to look at things differently. You've probably gotten into the space where you love yourself enough and you're like, I don't need to be with someone. I want to be with them. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So if you have an issue in your relationship, work on it because it will be shown. It will be shown in your relationship if you have issues. Okay. Unfortunately, there could be a lot of divorces. So if people, especially mid-July, again, I will talk about it next week, but mid-July where that shift is happening, and you're like, I'm done, or they're like, I'm done. So look at your relationships, not just in romance, but at work and family and friends and situations, okay? So be careful. That's why I'm saying be careful if you're doing a contract or if you're doing some kind of business or if you're doing whatever around July 17th to July 21st. For sure, it could linger on that too. Okay, so, all right. Also, it also could be the job. It could be the one. This could be a great time. It could be the job. It could be the date. It could be the health. It could be the love. It could be the joy. I want the earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorn, again, to bring into the positive and look at it and have that courage to go forward on that date or allow yourself to have fun. Oh, I feel guilty having fun, Debbie. This is not the time to do it. This is the time to be fun. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Air signs. I got to put my glasses back on again. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Your personal intentions will be very, 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 very strong. Manifest will be controlled by your intention. So if your intention is half-ass and if it's all over the place and you're not focused, then you're just going to get a half-ass thing going on. But if you're bringing in the intentions and you're like, nope, I'm going forward, miracles could happen. I'm not saying a miracle is going to happen for everybody, but miracles, even if little too big. Do you know what I'm saying? Miracles could happen to you. So I saw this is the time to go for it, especially if it's your true idea, not your mom's saying I want you to be a nurse, or your dad saying I want you to be a lawyer, or the neighborhood saying da 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 da. If it's your true idea, it's a great time to create that miracle. It's a great time to get that job interview. Great time to get noticed. If you're wanting to do Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, da-da-da-da, you're like, oh, I was thinking of getting online. This is the time for you. If you're an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this is the time. Not if someone says, I think of my son because he's an actor, writer, that kind of thing. If someone came up to him and said, hey, I want you for an interview, go. even though I'm tired and I just got off of my honeymoon. Go. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Go, go, go. Call on the angels. The angel to work on this time is Archangel Uriel. Okay, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Insight, insight, insight. Really listen to that gut insight. It will bring the answers. Great time to manifest if connected to the self, not someone else. Okay? Great time to believe in what you want to manifest for yourself, only yourself. It cannot be doing for someone else. Challenges will be from the past. Challenges might come. Okay? Challenges might come. So like a past ex might come, or a situation with a family, or a situation with work. Try to get that all worked out, especially by mid-July. Especially by mid-July. If you need to ignore somebody because you don't want to have a conversation or an argument with them, great. Do you know what I mean? Do what works for you, nobody else. And I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm not saying not to think of their feelings, but really don't think of their feelings. You need to think of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions right now. Okay? If they, you can't make anybody think what they're thinking or feeling anyways. So I say that all the time. And people that know Cash Peters, he's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, yes, it does. Nobody can make you think what you're thinking or feel what you're feeling. And for the fire signs, because of your insight, really, really listen to your insight. Really listen to that gut feeling, okay? If you get a lotto ticket and you win, I get some money because you listen to your insight. Just saying. No, so this is, you are the signs that I'm really saying that you need to let go of the negative. If any of the signs, it's the fire signs, the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, really need to let go of the negative and really think of the positive, okay? So, okay, now the water signs, Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpio. I'm seeing success, 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 if you allow, if you allow, if you allow. So like me, I'm like, okay, I'm being lazy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm being lazy, and I'm just like, do I start doing my TikTok, start doing these videos? I know I have fun doing them, and I should start doing them, but it was like, this is the time to start doing it, Debbie, so I'm going to do it. If you allow, success, 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 not sex, sex. Success. You know what I'm talking about. And surprises. There are going to be a lot of surprises. There might be some releasing to receive the success, so listen to it, okay? But there could be a lot of surprises, Okay, this is a powerful time to manifest is July 7th. Because it is a 777, okay? It's kind of like Monica and Friends, 777, 777, okay? So it's July, which is the 7th month, the 7th day, and then 23 adds up to 7, which then adds up to 21. When you take the 2 and the 1 together, it says 3. And what does 3 mean? Spirituality, connecting to the higher realm. Great place to manifest. Great time if you can get to the Akashic records. Great time about connecting to the other realm. Great time to manifest is July 7th. Do your spiritual rituals. Do a prayer. Connect to the angels and bring that manifestation and connection to the spiritual realm, okay? So because of the 777 and 21, so spirits told me to read number 7 in my angel number book. Do not let fear control you. Learning and growing comes with new connections and opportunities. You are feeling called to do new things without always knowing whom or what you can trust. Seeing this number reminds you to be spontaneous and courageous, but also smart and cautious. It is okay to have a backup plan. When you see this number, create a list of what you are scared of and what you can do to minute those fears. So perfect timing. I mean, it's exactly what the Spirit was showing me for the month of July, which is the 7th month. And then you got the 7th day, and we've got the 7th year, right? So 777, it could be lucky or not lucky, but spiritually, it's very, very, very powerful time. Okay, since, again, if you want to donate, psychicdebbie.com or click on the button. I'm going to do an angel answer card. So, just to worry, my son was born July 7th. Well, happy birthday to your son. Okay, so ask yourself a question, like a yes or no question. to yourself, and then I'll see what Spirit wants to tell you. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay, improving health. So this is not a yes or no question. I should just take out the yes or no's cards in there and say, okay. It says choose a new direction. So that's kind of could be connected to the changes that it could happen, but it might come from in a different way. Okay. Martha says, hit thumbs up. Yes, hit thumbs up. Linda, her birthday's July 8th. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Lucky 777. Yep. Okay, so what does the angels want you to know? Yes or no? Come on. Okay, so I'm getting a yes. I got a yes card. Okay. So I want to give you guys blessings and smiles until next week. Like I said, I'll talk about mid-July. If something else comes up that Spirit wants me to talk about, I will. But bring in the positive. Allow yourself to manifest. It's a beautiful, beautiful time. There's going to be changes. There's going to be changes. So happy birthday to all the people that have birthdays in July. Thank you for connecting. I'm going to see you next week, and I want to give you blessings and smiles. And happy 4th of July. Fireworks. Fireworks. We had that, here's squirrel, at my son's wedding, and I should have taken one of those wands. They gave us all these like firework wands, and it was really dark at night, and they played that song Fireworks, and they went through all our wands, and we're like, fireworks. It was really cool. It was a fantastic wedding. It was a really, really good time. So we had so much fun and got to see the family from the kids from all the different states and everything. So squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. But anyways, 4th of July, see you next week. Thank you, and blessings and smiles. Bye-bye.